So, you've started an LLC. Awesome. You probably feel pretty protected, right? But what if I told you that the one single document that actually seals that protection is either missing or, even worse, done completely wrong? Well, today we are demystifying that exact document, the LLC operating agreement.
Okay, let's just kick things off with a number that should honestly make any business owner's blood run a little cold. 90%. Up to 90% of businesses are structured incorrectly. Think about that. That means 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs who think they have this protective shield around their life actually don't. It's a massive, and I mean massive, blind spot.
And this quote right here, it just nails the problem perfectly. It isn't just a small mistake, it's like having the completely wrong tool for the job. You're paying for protection, you think you're covered, but the moment a crisis hits, poof, you find out it was all for nothing. It's a really dangerous false sense of security.
So what is this missing piece? What's the problem here? It's the failure to create what the law basically sees as a separate legal person. Without that, there is absolutely no wall between you and your business. To really see how bad this can get, let's dive into a quick story about 2 different kinds of liabilities.
This video contains affiliate links. Before we get into operating agreements for single-member and multi-member LLC, there's one important thing I want to cover. If you already have an LLC, or you're planning to start one, your setup needs to be done the right way from day one. That includes having a properly drafted operating agreement, EIN, business license, etc. This is where BuyZ comes in. BuyZ is an all-in-one LLC formation service that takes care of everything for you, starting at $0 plus state fees. They handle your LLC filing, assign a registered agent, get your EIN, manage compliance reminders, and yes, take care of your operating agreement as well. And if all you need right now is help with an operating agreement, BuyZ also offers free operating agreement templates across multiple industries. I've linked them in the description below. Definitely check that out.
Okay, so picture this. You and a friend start a business, right? Let's call it the Pizza Emporium. Everything's going great. But, and here's the twist, your partner, totally without you knowing, gets into some deep personal financial trouble. We're talking serious debt. This is what we call outside liability. The problem is coming from outside the business. So what happens? Well, because you never properly set up the business as its own separate thing, your partner's creditors can legally come after the business's assets to pay off their personal debts. I mean, they can literally walk in and take your pizza ovens, the cash register, the whole shebang. Your business ends up paying the price for their personal mess. All right, now let's flip the script. This time, the problem isn't coming from the outside, it's coming from the inside. One day, the Pizza Emporium serves some really bad pizza and a customer gets super sick. And of course, they sue. This is inside liability, a problem created by the business itself.
And here's where it gets truly terrifying. Without that strong legal wall between you and the business, that lawsuit doesn't just stop at the company's bank account. No way. It can come directly for your personal assets. We're talking your house, your car, your life savings, everything could be on the line. So you see, this threat works both ways, and either way, it's absolutely devastating.
Okay, so how do you build that legal wall? How do you stop these nightmares from happening? The answer, the absolute key, is the operating agreement. Think of it as the official blueprint for your company. This is the document that gives your business its own legal body, proving to everyone, and yeah, especially to the courts, that it is a totally separate thing from you, the owner. All right, so now we get why this blueprint is so critical. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. What exactly goes into this thing to make that foundation super strong? We're going to break down the core components you absolutely have to have. You can think of a really solid agreement as resting on 4 main pillars. First, there's identity and organization. Basically, who are you as a business? Second is membership and money. Who are the owners and how does the cash flow? Third, management and voting. Who's in charge and how do you make big decisions? And finally, contingencies and changes. How are you going to handle all the unexpected stuff? First up, under organization, you've got the real basics. Your LLC's name, its purpose, its legal address. Super straightforward. Then, tax status. This is huge. You have to officially tell the IRS how you want your company to be treated for tax purposes. And membership, look, this one is completely non-negotiable. You have to clearly list out every single owner, exactly what they put in, and their precise ownership percentage. This alone will save you so many headaches down the road.
All right, next up, management. This section is really all about one thing: power. Who gets to call the shots day to day? Who can sign on the dotted line for a contract? Who's in charge of hiring and firing? Your agreement needs to spell this out crystal clear, and you've basically got two main ways to go about it. So you've got two main flavors here. On the one hand, you have member managed. Think of this like a democracy. It's perfect for smaller teams where everybody's got their hands dirty in the daily operations. On the other hand, manager managed is more like a traditional corporation. Here, you appoint a specific person or even a group to run the show. This is ideal if you have partners who are just investors or if you need to bring in an outside pro to be the CEO.
Now this is where you become a fortune teller. It's where you plan for the future by asking all those tough what-if questions right now when things are calm. You need to define things like how exactly do profits get paid out? How do you vote on huge decisions? What's the right way to shut down the business if you have to? And maybe most importantly, how are you going to handle disagreements? Because they will happen. Spelling out a process like mediation now can save you an absolute fortune in legal battles later.
Okay, so you've designed the perfect blueprint. That's great. But now, how do you actually turn it from a draft into an official, legally rock-solid document? Now listen up, because this is a key piece of info that a lot of people miss. Your operating agreement is an internal document. That means it's just for you and your business partners. You don't file it with the state or anything like that. And what that really means is you can tweak it, you can revise it, you can perfect it as much as you need to. It only becomes legally binding the moment everyone signs it. So here's your final checklist to make it official. Step 1, document what every single member contributed. And this is really important. That amount can totally be $0, that's fine, but it has to be written down. Step 2, once everybody's on the same page, all the members sign it. That's the magic moment. In step 3, you'll prepare what's called a banking resolution. This is pretty much the piece of paper the bank needs to see to let you open up a business bank account under the LLC's name. But wait, signing the document? That's not the end of the story. Not even close. Your business is going to change, right? It's going to grow, and its blueprint has to be able to change with it. This brings us to our final, and honestly, maybe the most important idea of all.
I really want you to let this next part sink in. Your operating agreement is not a set-it-and-forget-it chore you check off a list. No, it is a living, breathing, strategic tool. As your business brings on new partners, or changes how it shares profits, or even expands its entire mission, you need to go back and update this document so it reflects the new reality. It's got to grow right alongside you.
So, we'll leave you with this final question to think about. Is your business blueprint built not just to last, but also built to change? Because at the end of the day, the real test of your blueprint isn't just whether it can protect you today. It's whether it's flexible enough to adapt for wherever your business goes tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.